All right, so this was my setup for doing an IBIS test with the GH5 Mark II and the original GH5. So what I'm gonna do is put each shot on the screen, and I'm actually gonna have it set up like I have here. So the GH5 Mark II is gonna be the top of the frame, and the original GH5, first generation GH5, is gonna be the bottom part of the screen. So you can see them kind of, top and bottom. I kept the shoot settings the exact same in each camera. So the first set of sample shots that you're gonna see is actually at Cinema 4K, and it's gonna be at 8-bit 420, and it's gonna be at 24 frames per second. I kind of held the cameras like this to get some of these shots, and I just wanted to compare what the GH5 Mark II IBIS at 6.5 stops, how that compared with the original GH5 at 5 stops. And what I wanted to see was, did it actually make a difference in any of the shots? Now, the test shots that I have are nothing special. They're just some sample shots, but I did a walking test just to see some of the bouncing in the image, and also, some of those micro jitters that you might get. And I also did some, B-roll type shots, which is kind of more likely a scenario that you would use the GH5 handheld with. Now, I wanted to use these in the very best scenario possible. So I do have the dual IBIS on. I use lenses that have the dual IBIS. And so on the GH5 Mark II, I have the Leica 12-60 with the power OIS on. And then on the original GH5, I have the Lumix 12-35 with the power OIS on. Then the next set of shots is gonna be 4K 8-bit 420, and it's gonna be at 60 frames per second at 40%. So in Premiere Pro, I went and interpreted the footage to register in a 24 frames per second timeline, 23.98 to be exact. Now for all of these shots, I kept the lens at 12mm because I wanted to get the exact same shot as close as possible as I could. So as far as aperture goes, everything was shot at 5.6, except for maybe a couple of the shots I had to go just a little bit higher. ISO was at 200, and I adjusted my exposure with the variable NDs. Then the last set of shots are at full HD, 24 frames per second with a variable frame rate of 120. So let me know down in the comments as you watch through some of these shots. Let me know if there anything that you're noticing. I know YouTube compression can kind of mess with some things. Is there anything that you're noticing between these two shots? If there is, let me know down in the comments. So like I said, these shots weren't anything spectacular, but I kind of wanted to see what the different IBIS stops looked like for each camera with the GH5 Mark II and the original GH5. Well, that's really all I have for this video. It'd be awesome if you stuck around, maybe watch one of these videos that's popping up on your screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.